Hi everybody, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface on the beta for the World of Warcraft's next expansion, Legends. Now this is how we fight in the World of Warcraft. It's pretty much been the same for 11 and a half years and there's nothing intrinsically wrong with it, can I just say that straight away. We are the centre of attention on the screen. No matter where we move, how dynamically, our target remains bang in the centre with our character. However, there has been a command discovered in the Legion files, isn't technically available for testing, so you've got to know what the command is, and it's /console space action cam space full. And look what happens when I activate it. Suddenly, it's knocked my character off kilter, off the middle of the screen. It's no longer the focal point of what's going on, pushing it slightly to the left. And if I'm to zoom in a wee bit on my character, you'll notice that the perspective of the character has also changed because it's not directly showing its back, which, can I just say for the record, makes the warglaives on the back of this demon hunter look really freaking cool. I mean, it does. It makes them look really imposing and really nasty. So what was to happen now if I'm to tack a creature with this action camera thingy available? Because it is a thingy. It's not a feature of them, it's a thingy. So you notice when I start hitting it, the camera is literally following the flow of the action, i.e. when I'm twatting this poor Darkborn in the face. And even when I did a big attack like Blade Dance, which has multiple quick movements, it followed them all and gave it a very dynamic feel. Now, what's one of the worst things in World of Warcraft when it comes to combat? When you're up against a wall and it obscures everything on screen. So I back my fanny by a pillar, then I use I-beam, but it still pushed all the action of me to the left, which allows all the action of the combat to be shown in full, not obscuring you that much indeed. So, this is a very kind of unique feel. It allows it to feel like almost like a third-person video game, kind of like akin to stuff like Resident Evil 4, probably my favourite game of all time, and also games like The Witcher 3. You notice when we have a lot of those sort of action RPGs, and you'll notice shots of them when they're walking into town, and it's always slightly off kilter to the left, over the shoulder, showing everything that's going on. But with that said, and all that kind of jazz, let me just make this so much better by removing the UI. The UI is very kind of like clunky in the World of Warcraft. It's very kind of, you know, it's all here and there and all over the place. It doesn't have that fluidity that it really should have got an overhaul many, many years ago. But when you get rid of the UI, suddenly it all feels even more dynamic. Don't, for the love of God, do this in first-person mode. It will give your eyes cancer. So pull back out into third person, and you see the kind of dynamic way that your character looks at stuff, and then the camera will follow it. If you make that target the focal point of the screen, if you make it the focus of the screen, and you can actually command it to do so. I'll probably put a link in the comment section down below to Bellular. He did a 15-minute video on this where he goes into it more from a creative perspective, because he's a game dev as well. So he kind of takes it into a more creative perspective as regards to focusing and focal points and all that kind of jazz. I do stuff from the point of view of a gamer, and if it's cool, I like it a lot. Now, practically, does this have any value? No. I mean, practically, it really doesn't. I mean, if you're doing like top-end dungeoneering, top-end raiding, top-end PvP, stuff like that, this camera is probably going to hinder you more than help you, because of the way that you probably really need a sort of like a static focus on those type of behavioral or patterns. But just because something isn't practical doesn't mean it isn't fun. And this is kind of like a fun element here, and gives a different level of dynamicism. Is there such a word? Don't care if there isn't, I invented it. It gives a different level of dynamicism to what is going on the screen. And it goes right back to what I said at the beginning of the video, perspective. It's all about perspective and showing the World of Warcraft from a different perspective. And that is one of the taglines to Haven Games channel, showing World of Warcraft from a different perspective. When you show things in a different light, whether I do a secrets video or something like that, it just makes things a whole lot more interesting and adds that extra layer of fun. Now, I will tell you one thing, the head bob on this gave me motion sickness, and I don't get motion sickness in video games, but I got to stress, if they can sort a UI out, a much more streamlined UI, to go with this type of in-game behavior with the action cam, this could be something really, really cool for when you're doing more solo or small group orientated content which isn't top end, i.e. you don't mind having a bit of fun either on your own, ladies, or with some friends. Double ladies. So there we go. Let me know what you guys and gals think to the action cam in the comment section down below. And I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up. And also subscribe to my channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links, they're also down there. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care, everybody. Bye-bye.